Budget discussion. I will, call our insurance person and get him to look at the helicopter issue. And it's not that much. If it is, it may be worth our while to add that. I mean, it's like
$11 is, come on, does pay,
11.
come on, county pays 11. Individuals is, I don't know, it's 414 or something. When it was $11 for the county pay.
Right.
Is that for the county, is that for the county employees and family, or just for the?
That's the way I understand it, it's families, what it represented. Was the county
Families.
employee and their families.
That's per month.
Yeah.
Per head per month.
Right.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's more than the 75,
But if it
broader,
covers-
you gotta get covered the broader.
And it's well worth it, yeah.
Yeah.
Still check, I don't remember $11. Yeah, $11. Whereas, the base of 22 there was
22 versus 75, but you got a pool. You get it no matter what.
$11, but the
Make that
county,
difference. One person had to use it.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying.
And that gets us, that right there, that short
I
sum.
mean, that's
$11
you're gonna get it out that way.
for the
Yeah.
energy.
You're not gonna pay
Yeah.
it. The other way, you pay, you divide, pay for it, and then you pay for it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
That covers the employee and the dependent.
Go ahead, there's employee and families, who was represented, he was talking to us. To do,
To do the
To do the 11.
helicopter thing. Okay, we'll get some information before our next meeting. We're probably gonna need to have another meeting then. All right. Let's go back to the other before I go to something else.
Go back to what I'm in favor of doing it, if y'all are.
I mean, this is dollar for dollar.
All right. Do we vote on that or just? I think everybody said they're in agreement. Okay. That was just part of the discussion.
All right, thank y'all very much.
The election administrator had requested a couple of things, a monitor and a shredder. I think they have enough funds in this year's budget to go ahead and buy those, so we won't need to put them on the, for next year.
And security lights. Security light. Outside light.
Yes, we got that in capital outlay. Beth,
Yes, ma'am.
will you go and call Renee and tell her we want to talk about the monitor and the shredder and getting it out of the money that she has for this year?
I think they're at conference right now.
Okay, let me know, so I won't forget. All right. We do have notices in the newspaper for the dispatch building, and anyone that you know of that might be interested in submitting a bid, those are available in the county, in the auditor's office. You do have those, don't you, Karen? Bid packets? You don't have them?
How would I have them?
I thought I gave you one.
I mean, I don't.
Okay, perfect, yeah, okay. The things you learned. Okay, because it's in the paper, all right, go. I don't know that I have anything else. my list, we have a few things that are still kind of hanging out there. Do we want to have one more meeting before we adopt on the 16th? I guess I was talking about insurance and,
See whether we need to leave the rate.
yeah,
Page 34.
page 34.
We're talking about, I'm not sure, there's $500,000 in capital outlay for major purchases. There's 34. Yes, sir.
Is that capital outlay? That is for the building, the dispatch building? Which, I don't know how much it'll be on that. The funds for the courthouse restoration applications. I think what else was on there? The lights for the election.
Didn't we just sell that as a license? Outside license, that's all.
That's what she said, it's coming out of.
It's coming out of that figure that you're talking about.
Oh, I thought it said had it in, enough in there.
No.
That's for the equipment she needs.
Oh,
A
better.
monitor and smoke alarm? Smoke alarm. yeah.
Records building.
That's what it was. And then there's something else in there, I think.
Outside lights?
Outside lights, I've got that down.
Okay. And then you've got paving and then tax office, and you've got a line, I think you didn't put anything.
I think we were gonna go ahead and talk about that now and see if we could get something done about fixing your paving, your parking areas. Some.
Okay.
Did y'all go look at it anyway?
I did, that spot needs to come smooth out on the east side of the building, little curve.
Okay.
And then pave that area.
Yeah.
For better parking.
And a new development, they've put up a privacy fence, our neighbors have, so now I don't know why they didn't come check with us, but there's the old chain link fence that is in existence, they put the privacy fence right up against it, and that's gonna get nasty in there, so I would recommend demoing our chain link fence.
Is it on the line?
I don't, it appears to be, I can't really answer that, but,
To know all that.
but they put their privacy fence about a foot on their side of where that chain link fence is. And anytime you have two fences like that, it creates a
Yeah,
problem.
you got a wall in there, it's just,
Yeah, it needs to,
the round up, but no, it didn't make it.
but it serves no
Then we have
purpose
to talk
now.
about gravel or whatever.
That's great.
Paving over it. Yes, on the side of the building, that's where we
It
have.
would be good to demo those curves that was saying, and put some asphalt.
Yes, because that's where we have the handicap parking. So it'd be easier. I don't know anybody who does that.
He does more road, he does lots of other stuff like that. I would say Tommy, if you're close, he'd be the first one.
Did he invite with
Yeah.
a jacket, exterior?
Okay.
Yeah, she,
It may know somebody that's taking that kind of paving.
yeah, I mean, he runs stuff, I mean, he probably can hook up to
Do y'all want me to call him, or do you want to call me about it, or one of y'all? I don't want to call him.
it. He just first one comes to my mind around here.
Who's that?
He's just right down the road.
I can be,
Okay.
if you'd like to delegate that to me.
He's already on our meeting list, I think. I mean, I know he's done some work for us, and
Oh, he is? Okay.
construction.
What is the scope of work? Are we looking at black topping all the parking, demoing that curb?
which, you know, the ones that are taking on out to the street on that side, what are you thinking about the other? We could sure look at it all.
It's all the same age, even what's right here against the main street is in terrible condition.
Let's see what we can find out from them.
Okay.
All right. How about next Wednesday, how would that work? At 9 o'clock, okay?
I would still like to talk about mine, that way.
Well, let's hear it right now.
Everybody's got a good understanding of what we asked for sure, and what we're thinking.
Let's get there. 570. That's going to be page 29. What do we do right down there? Okay. We took the dispatch out of that fund and put it in a different.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, we have down there for the body cameras and.
The upgrade to the watch guard system, yes.
Okay. We have that in the budget.
Which line is that?
It is on 590.
And that was 113.
Well, actually, it's gonna be 115. That's one of the changes we made. Instead of 105, it's gonna be 115. 113 is what, something is what they said, but, so that, we'll go over the few changes that we have in a minute. Let's go ahead with yours. That's one change. We already have that.
Okay. Well, obviously, we're looking at getting the SB 22. And with that, I would like to bring our deputies and jailers up to the equivalent of the surrounding counties and what they're getting paid. Another thing I would like for y'all to consider is for years, these other counties are getting overtime, they're getting certificate pay, they're getting bilingual pay, they're getting shift differential pay. We don't get any of that, nothing. And we don't even make the salary that they're making. So we're short everywhere, across the board, as far as our deputies are concerned. Now, we've come a long way, thanks to the Commissioner's Court. We've come a long way in getting our money up to, close to where it needs to be. But one of the main reasons why we're getting this SB 22 is to help. That's the state stepping in and saying, hey, we need to do something to help the rural counties that don't have the tax base that all these other places do, to get our pay where it needs to be and should be. Also to help with positions. We got road construction that's coming up. That's going to be a major issue. We already see what happens when we have one little wreck and 75 all of a sudden blows up. But we remember how it was in Navarre County. That's how it's going to be here, and for years. And so, on top of that, as far as the equipment and everything, and the amount of people that's going to be through here, I need 2 more deputies. I'm going to need 2 more deputies. I'm already even working with DPS. He's not in here now, but it wasn't him specifically. But regarding this eclipse, I kind of laughed at it when he first was talking to me about it and sending me information. But we're fixing to have an eclipse, I think, in April next year. We're literally in the middle of that thing. And they said that we have no idea the amount of traffic that we're fixing to see just coming down 45 headed toward, in the path of the eclipse that's actually going to occur. To us, yeah, it sounds kind of weird, but they said they've had this stuff happen before in other areas, and it is a major, major deal. It could turn out to be a parking lot out there. People just stop and look for however many minutes it lasts, like literally. So I've asked for 2 more positions, which I've already talked to the judge about.
And that will be out of the Fund 22.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. But I have asked for at least $48,000 for my deputies. And I mean, I've already talked to the other 3 counties. 48's still low. It's still low, especially when you add in all the other stuff they get, you know, as far as the incentive pays. So I would like for everybody to consider that and make your phone calls to those counties and see, because we always seem to be running behind, as far as that's concerned. Obviously, we need to go ahead and order 2 more vehicles. We know good and well they ain't gonna be here for another 1.5 years, but we need to get them on order, so at least they are here, and, you know, whenever they get here. We're still waiting on 4. We don't even know when those are coming in yet. So I think we should go ahead and order 2. If we wait, then we're gonna wait too long, as far as how long we're having to wait for vehicles to come in. Obviously, we need the upgrade on the watch guard system, because when it goes out, and we can't even get them the video evidence they need.
That
for
is all,
anything.
that is in the budget already.
Right, and then, let's see, just on the sheriff's side right now. Yeah. The only other thing was what I already talked to you about, Judge, earlier, was trying to figure out how we lost a position in what we have now. Because I have an open positions, it's not showing I have an open position, but I have an open position now, right now.
Well, we'll look at that. What we thought, when you moved that one down to a sheriff, to a deputy, that added a deputy down there.
Yeah, it added a deputy because I hadn't filled the sergeant spot. I still have an opening. Like she says, she took a deputy spot and the sergeant spot, so essentially she took both of them.
We'll look at it. Let's
Yeah,
look at it.
so just want to make sure that's in there, because I'm asking for 2 more, not like 2 that's on this sheet. I'm asking for 2 more, which should give me 3 openings, not just 2. And it still fills my sergeant position. I'm not trying to necessarily
But
replace.
the money for the money from the CID went down to for you to have another deputy at that time.
Right, and that's the position I still have open. I haven't moved anybody to the sergeant's position yet.
We're gonna have to talk about that again, when we look at that sheet, just to be sure.
I don't know if you
Isn't that what
can
you
explain it any better.
So basically what had happened is, and if you look at on your sheet, if you look at the box on the side, it tells how many positions he had at that time. Totaled up to 17. So, and it tells of how many of those were deputies. So he currently has 9 deputies listed on there, that's right. But he should have had 3 sergeants, he only has 2 sergeants. But the reason that we had to do it like we did it on calling that a deputy, because he didn't fill the sergeant position. So on our sheet, we still have to account for that. So he was paying them deputy money and didn't replace the sergeants. So I just had the difference between the deputy and the sergeant, budgeted into the sergeant area. But then he had an open deputy position because one of his people left. Well,
The other
in
one-
this one,
But
in
the
this
money-
one, one person
The
left.
money for the CID moved down to make you another deputy
But
position.
it's not on there.
But then it's gone because it was open.
Oh, wait, okay.
So I'm still, I'm still missing one position. And I can't promote, I'm not gonna promote somebody that might be on light duty at this time. You know what I'm saying? I can't promote or
You're
demote.
gonna have 3 CIDs, is that right?
That's what we approved before, yes. But because I haven't moved anybody up, I kept everybody at a deputy. That's the position I'm
When you move that
missing.
deputy position up, you'll move that money with it up.
Yes, but we're not even showing that on here.
Okay.
There should still be a position on here showing open position.
Okay,
And then I'm asking for 2 more out of the SB 22.
out of the 22. We have a separate budget for the 22.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
We're writing all this down for the 22. Okay.
And I believe, of course, y'all know the E4 system, that's a huge county expense. And as far as I can tell, that's pretty much my sheriff's side.
What was the Motorola stuff for?
The Motorola stuff is the deputies body cameras,
That's the watchdog.
watch guard.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's taken too.
115. That's
Yes.
115.
And we've made that thing last 2 more years, and, I mean, because they're only supposed to last 3 years, and it's been 5. So we've pushed it to the limit, and so it needs to be upgraded. And again, some of that money could come back because I'm putting in a grant for body cameras. So if I get, anything I get in a grant, approved for a grant, we can take it out of that. That would be, because we're already ordered them. Hopefully that would be around 21 to, at least around 21,000.
Okay.
So, and then I think that's as far as what I can think of right now for the sheriff's side. On the jail,
That's 642. Let me see what page that is.
Can we talk about the deputies thing?
yes,
Remember one time back you come to court and asked if we could get you another investigator because y'all were backlog.
yes, sir, that's
I
where
think
it came from.
we did that for y'all,
Yes.
but you decided not to do that, then you put him as a deputy.
Mm,
That's the one we were just talking about.
yes, that's the one, that's what we're talking about. I never made a promotion. I'm in a position now with legal things right now, but where I can't make a promotion or a demotion based on somebody's status at this time, if I can be, that's about as clear as I can be.
But if you get 2 new deputies, then you can fill that position, I mean, you'll have another.
I'm gonna fill that position. I just can't right now
Okay.
due to somebody's,
I got you.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Yes, but the 2 new positions will go to the street where I can fill that 3rd position. The way it fell, I can't right now.
Good.
How long will it be, do you think, before you can move that?
I don't know. I mean, I
I'm
don't.
just thinking.
I need it
next-
now, I need it like already. I needed it when I asked for it, and it hasn't happened, because of some things that
I
happened.
understand, but you think it will be after September 30th, more than likely?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if I was betting on it, yeah, it's probably gonna be the new budget. Yes.
Okay. Okay, county jail, what about it?
On the jail, obviously, we always run into an issue in the jail with personnel. I think that's probably just to be corrected pretty good with the amount of money they're going to be making in there. But, my employees that,
Ed, can you go get me an old payroll?
my employees that work in the jail,
Never mind it.
they build up comp time, they can't take their holidays because I can't give it to them. I mean, because we're just always so short-handed. And, so they're not even getting the benefits that the county even offers because we can't give it to them because I need them at work. I've asked for 2 more jailer positions, seeing if we can't get them filled anyway. Just to be able to provide that buffer, if we can fill these positions with them making $40,000 now, if we can fill these positions and hiring these positions, then give them a buffer so they can start taking off like the rest of us take off, that's supposed to be getting holidays and not having to work as much. Because I start losing people because they don't want to work that much. They put in, and then I've got one that has to come in constantly, and she's just building and building and building comp time because the rest of them will quit if they have to work like that. And so I've asked for 2 more positions in the jail just to try to help with that buffer, if we can get them filled. The jail check system, it's not scanning properly, so it needs an upgrade. And that's like
I believe you had that on there, we had that.
5940.
yes, sir, yes, ma'am, yes, sir.
Somewhere.
We have agreements and leases, that's for the maintenance fee for those. And then capital outlay. Karen, would you look at that page, are you looking at 642?
Yeah.
All right, what do we have down for capital outlay?
Hang on, let's see.
I can You'll get mine since you got it right.
What, the original copies that are written on it?
I got it right
Yeah. You're talking about the 25,000 that's in there?
here. Okay. In the leases and agreements is the APRIS and the jail check system. That, all of that is in the agreements and leases already.
Okay.
And then in the capital outlay is more the double oven.
Yes, just in case, because, you know, we got a temporary fix, but it's still going, so.
Yes. And then, the other thing is about, how much was that?
The oven,
No, the actual system that you were talking about.
the guard one jail check,
Mhm.
59,000,
59,000?
or $5,940.74.
Oh, thought I missed that. Okay. We have 25,000 in that line item.
That's what we were
So,
told last year.
Do we have any idea how soon we will do the ceiling in the jail?
I think you're gonna have to run an ad in the paper to get.
We
out
probably
the
won't do
staff.
it until October. Do you think at this rate? I mean, this is August.
I think if
Do you think we can get it?
I think if jail standards shows up to do an inspection, I don't think it's gonna be good. I think we need to get that
Well, we
ceiling
should have
done.
already got them, then we were gonna do that.
I'm-
We'll take care of it, don't worry about it. Beth, we need to put a notice in the paper, okay?
For the
We'll write it
jail.
up. Okay. What's next?
I think you ought to make some notes as far as what they're gonna bid, and just have it listed so that they all bid the same thing.
Well, we
So
had
they're very
that, we had
important.
that picture, we need that picture drawn again, because you didn't put the kitchen on it, right? And then we'll need to write up some specs and put it in the paper
Okay,
for bids.
so we didn't get any bids off the 3 people that came.
I got a verbal off of a guy, and I hate to say it because it would,
Yeah, jeopardize somebody else's bid.
yeah.
Yeah,
And he didn't have the kitchen, he's the one that didn't know the kitchen was supposed to be done.
That's not marked on our little sheet.
And I never even saw that sheet, but I'm just saying, it was high.
so,
Well, we might as well go out for bids, if we couldn't find anybody, and see if we could get it that way, don't you think? Just to get something.
And that person just, basically is working elsewhere now, so that's probably not an option.
All right, we'll do that. And then we may have to buy, we'll think about that, and may have to put some more money in there by next Wednesday. If we're gonna put it in this budget, that's why I'm trying to figure out which budget. All right, next.
I think that's,
We probably need to order those cars so we can pay for them out of the 2028 budget. They ain't gonna get here in 3 years.
it's true.
To me, that's logical. We don't get them ordered, well then, it'll be in the next year, and we'll have lost that money for
But I mean, as far as,
2024 ending year, so that's going on.
Back to the jail thing, when they come in here to work on the jail, I mean, I don't, are they gonna have to, are y'all gonna have to move those people out of there?
no, because it's right there in the book, and the housing is fine. They're good in the housing, it's just it's when they're moving up or
I'm
first coming in.
about the real before kitchen when they're working.
Order
We may
in.
have to, I mean,
Order in?
Order in.
I mean, honestly, we may have to make,
I'm just asking.
yeah, we may have to make provisions and have to buy something, you know, have it.
Hot plate and
Senior
all the noodles,
services.
they probably don't
Oh.
order it in.
Senior services. does
Senior
fill my bill.
services, I would
Yeah.
maybe have to step up and help with some things. All right,
But other than that, I just, one thing I'd like to add is, you know, since being sheriff for 7 years, we've returned a lot of money because we never have enough employees, so it just adds up. And if my tallies are correct, we've returned over $400,000 in 7 years, just simply out of my office from not having employees. So I know a lot of times it's you know, where we're gonna get the money and how we're gonna do this and do that. Well, I've returned a whole lot of it, not purposely, but we've returned it, you know, and so, I just think that's something that should be considered as well. I mean, it's money that really the county wrote off because it was in the budget, but technically it came back. So, anyway, thank you. I know it's a tough time, I tell you, every year. We appreciate it. We may not always agree on things, but we get the job done for the county, and so I appreciate what y'all do.
I just have one clarification, Judge, on that jailers. If you look here where it says the $40,000, these are all established positions that we funded before.
but if you look here, here's the CID position. It was budgeted for the CID amount, but he took that money and added another deputy there.
Correct.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I see that, but
All right.
I'm talking about on the jail side, where this, according to this ledger, is for the HB2 changes.
We've already added in enough money to make it up to the 40.
Okay.
Now, whatever difference that
Correct.
would be in the 22.
All right, I just didn't know that because it was just blocked under 40. I didn't know what the normal pay was and if they got a $2,500 pay raise, and then the supplement would be
We took
the
the salary,
22.
we added the salary supplement from last year to it, we added $2,500 to it, and it still wasn't up to the 40.
Okay.
So there was one that got an additional $800 to get it to the 40, and then some of them got $1,390 to add it up to 40. But they got the benefit, we figured it that way, so if it was over 40 with the, when you added all those things together, we would have given them over the 40. But they were all under 40, so we figured how much difference, because that's what we'll ask for, money out of the 22 to come back into the general fund, if they let us do that.
Okay.
It's not that much, 800 for one person and 1,390 for some of them.
Yeah, it just wasn't broken down, so I didn't see the
but
clarity.
we wrote that down, and I wrote that down just to be sure that they got the full amount.
Do y'all want that broken down, minus the 2,500, put that amount and then add the 25 to it?
We could have done it that way, but it wasn't gonna be clear either way we did it, because we took, here's the amount, let's see. All right. Yes.
The new one, so you got the old
Okay, I'm
one.
looking at the old one. On the old one, for example, one of them was 32,500. So added the 1,500, that was about 47. No, 37. And then added the 25, no, 37. 30, no, I'm totally wrong. 32.5, add 15, that's 32, 3, that's 34. And then you add the 2,500, that's 36 something. So we added the rest of it to make it up to the 40. So they got the benefit of all those. If it had been over 40, well then.
$3,500 additional.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
But thank you, because we could have.
Yes, ma'am, I just didn't
But we
understand it,
We
but
did.
I appreciate you explaining.
But if you look at this, it shows on this old one that it says hired a deputy in place of the CID. So you got another deputy.
We have an open position.
That's a
You saying
deal.
since then, are you saying since then the deputy has quit?
Yes,
Okay.
we have an open position. when she took the line position, she took the sergeant and the other position. We still have.
But
an
we
open
can
position.
add one back. That's not, you know,
Well, I'm saying, as far as when I look at that, I've asked for 2 deputies based on the open position I had. So that would have been 3.
okay, so you're saying you just had one open position?
I have one
actually?
open position on the deputy. I have one open position on my named jail
We'll look at
transport
that, we'll
position.
look at that, okay.
And then I'll need the 2 more.
Do you think you're gonna get them hired before?
I do
the end of
not.
September?
I
Okay.
do not.
Okay.
I mean, I would hope to.
Well,
I mean, I need help
I'm
now.
just trying
but-
to figure out how to write it.
I mean, if I'm a betting man, I mean, I'm struggling now, and nobody's, until that money's somewhere where I can get in, I'm gonna sit here until somebody has no other option but to come to us.
We budgeted
Just sad.
375 though already
Yes.
in this, yeah.
Yes,
So
the
either
full
way,
amount is budgeted in that other fund, so that whenever, and I think we put all salary stuff and all of that in there, in that other fund for the 350, because
Oh,
we
yeah.
have to account for that.
On the two deputies I've asked for,
Yes.
yes.
Well, I don't think we've got it specific on any of that yet, because, we're still working on that fund. But we will divide it up into salary and, that.
One thing about the vehicles, order for vehicles, until we can get like the final rule and the clarification on everything of the way it's gonna be. Ordering the vehicles right now, I'm just a little concerned before the grant period starts. If we do a purchase order and we order those vehicles, then, it won't be, we won't be able to put them under the Senate bill, the SB 22 grant funds.
We couldn't delete the purchase order, then do a new purchase order in October?
Wow. I don't know.
But not,
I mean, we wouldn't necessarily have to order them until the money came in,
yeah,
correct?
we can order them in October.
As long as
We can order them when the grant, I mean, I feel more comfortable doing it
When the money-
when the grant period starts. I mean, I understand why, but
Yeah, well,
We just wait on October, do it.
that's not that long.
well, really.
And we
it's
got
January.
4 that's supposed to be coming in, maybe we'll get them Christmas. You know, I mean, but we still need to approve it. You know.
There's still some predicaments in there. That might work there. Before we have to do it. I just send a letter.
Whatever y'all decide, I just, order me.
Yeah, we just, I mean,
Soonest is the best
we don't
way.
pay for it. We can
If
order
by
them.
chance it comes out, that.
We can order them now, we don't have to pay for it until,
ourselves. Because it's gonna be in another budget year anyway, probably.
yes.
As long as I don't have, as long as we don't do a purchase order, like if they email them and say, hey, we want to order 2 vehicles, and he gives them a letter of intent,
Yes.
and like that.
Perfect, okay. Okay. If there's nothing else,
I make a motion with Aaron.